Who doesn't love the refreshing taste of Coca Cola, a global icon with that satisfying fizz? It's the #1 soft drink in the world, and it's been that way for a long time now. Heck, the #2 soda in the world is Diet Coke, so that shows you just how popular this brand is. But have you ever wondered what goes into that iconic red can? I mean, something this good has to have been made by some sort of sorcerer, right? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Let's go behind the scenes to discover the secrets of Coca Cola. Coca-Cola. The story of Coca-Cola starts in the year 1886 in good old Atlanta, Georgia, with a very curious pharmacist named John Pemberton. You see, Johnny was on a bit of a personal mission. He was in search of a headache remedy that would not only be effective, but refreshing as well. So Pemberton got to work, and he made a syrup from a blend of botanical extracts, caramel coloring, and, most importantly, a secret recipe. This would lead to the birth of the Pemberton French wine Coca. Yes, you heard that right. That was the name of Coca-Cola before it was cool. Now, the original blend was mixed with soda water to make it drinkable. John was a pharmacist after all, so it's no surprise that his French wine cola was sold at a pharmacy. Little did Pemberton know he'd created a beverage that would quite literally change the world. Now, we know we said we were going to tell you how Coca-Cola is made, but there's just one small problem with that. The exact formula for Coca-Cola syrup is one of the most closely guarded secrets. Not just in the beverage industry, but in the entire world. Legend has it the recipe is locked away in a vault at the World of Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. And only 2 Coca-Cola employees are allowed to know the recipe at any given time. It's a foolproof plan because no one in the company is supposed to know who they are. They're not even allowed to travel together, and if one of them bites the dust, they have to select a successor in the company to take their place. It's some serious business for sure. Now, while the specifics of the recipe remain a mystery, we do know that the core ingredients include carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup or sugar in some regions, caramel color, phosphoric acid, natural flavors, and of course, that secret blend of botanical extracts. The magic of Coca-Cola lies not just in its flavor, but also in its signature fizz. This delightful effervescence comes from carbon dioxide gas, which is added to the beverage during the manufacturing process. The carbon dioxide dissolves in the water, creating tiny bubbles that tickle your tongue and give Coca-Cola its refreshing bite. Now that we know the history and some of the ingredients, let's get to the good stuff, how the best beverage in the world is made. The Coca-Cola journey begins with the Coca-Cola Company making the syrup concentrate in Atlanta. That's the only place in the world where the syrup is made. From there, this top-secret concentrate starts a journey to Coca-Cola's trusted partners all around the world. Once their buddies have received the syrup, the process of turning it into our favorite beverage begins. Coca-Cola is made with pure water that is then put through a series of thorough and advanced filtering processes to make sure you get the cleanest, safest product possible. We then move on to these absolutely massive mixing tanks, where the secret syrup is combined with the filtered water and sweeteners at the exact ratio it needs to be to taste like gold. This exact ratio depends on the desired sweetness and regional preferences. You may have recognized this if you have traveled a lot and had Coca-Cola from different places, but Coca-Cola isn't the same everywhere. Instead, they switch up their taste just a bit based on the region they're selling to, all for customer satisfaction. It's part of what makes Coca-Cola so special. Of course, as good as it tastes, no one's going to buy sweet water. We need some sweet fizz to go with it. So, once it's perfectly blended, the mixture makes its way into a carbonation chamber. Here, under controlled pressure and temperature, carbon dioxide gas is infused into the drink, creating those delightful bubbles we were just talking about. Now, our world-famous Coca-Cola is ready. Well, partially ready. You can't send those big tanks out to stores, can you? We need some bottles. Now it's time to get this refreshing beverage into your hands. Like everything else with Coca-Cola, the bottle has a history, especially the glass ones. The first ever Coca Cola bottle was made all the way back in 1899, and it looks nothing like the bottle we've come to know and love. In total, there have been 6 different glass Coca Cola bottles over the years, with the one we have now being in production since 1957. You might ask why they haven't changed it for so long, and the reason is simple. There's no need to change perfection. Of course, these days we have plastic bottles as well as metal cans for Coca Cola to be filled in. In the factory, the carbonated mixture travels to a bottling line, where it's meticulously filled into cans and bottles. High-speed machinery ensures a precise amount of liquid fills each container, leaving just enough space for the perfect head of foam when you pop the top. Once capped and sealed, the bottles and cans whiz through a labeling machine, receiving their Coca Cola branding. The entire process is automated and is done in a matter of minutes. You might ask, they're moving at such high speeds, how are the bottles not fizzing up and exploding? Well, that's because all of the machinery at play here is state-of-the-art. Even though they move at high speeds, they're designed to make sure there's minimal movement of the bottles. Plus, because of the high speed, every bottle spends as little time as possible on the machines. This means that even though they go through tens of thousands of bottles and cans every day, not a single one of them fizzes up. Now that the cola's all bottled up, we're almost ready to send it to picnics and cookouts across the world. But even Coca Cola's machines aren't perfect, and they don't settle for anything less than perfection. So, before starting their journey to stores, Coca Cola products undergo rigorous quality control checks. This ensures every sip is consistent in taste, fizz level, and safety. From taste tests to microscopic examinations, no detail is spared in making sure that the product is absolutely perfect and ready for consumption in every way imaginable. And that's the entire history and process of how Coca-Cola is made. With a company that's this strict with its secrets and makes sure every single bottle is perfect for consumption, it's no wonder it's the #1 beverage in the world. So next time you crack open a can of Coca-Cola, take a moment to appreciate the effort and history it took to get there. Now, pop open that can, take a sip, and enjoy the taste of a global icon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on how everyday things are made. Thanks for watching.